Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Dear students, welcome you all in Pakistan International School Taif Virtual Learning System. Today is our 24th video lecture for grade 7 students, boys and girls. I am Mrs. Rosia Imran, your mathematics teacher. Today we are going to start new exercise of chapter number 10. Exercise 10.1 we already done in our previous video lecture. Today we are going to start exercise 10.2. Exercise 10.2. First question is define similar geometrical figure with examples. Similar means which look like same but their measurements are changed. Their angles and sides length are changed. Similar figures. The figure with the same shape but not necessarily same size are called similar figures. Means that they are look like same but their measurements are different. The similarity of the geometrical figure is represented by this symbol. This symbol is used for similar, just like mud you can say. So this is used for similar. For example, all circles are similar to each other in the given figure. You having two circles, both are similar to each other because they look like same, both are circles, and both circles are similar to both squares are similar to each other because they look like same. So this is the definition of similar geometrical figures and examples. These are the two examples. Now come to the next question. Question number 2. Are similar figures congruent? Give example. Congruent means that same in shape, means their shapes are same and same in measurement. Congruent means same in shape and same in measurement. Similar means same in shape but not same in measurement. So no, they are asking, are similar figures congruent? Give example. No, all similar figures are not congruent. If you look at this, they are similar, but both circles are similar. They look like same, but are not congruent because their radius are different. Come to question number 3. Are congruent figures similar? Prove with example. Yes. How? All congruent figures are also look like same. Congruent means same in measurement, same in shape. If they are same in shape, so means that congruent are similar. Congruent are look like same, similar. But all similar are not congruent because in similar, they are same in shape but not same in measurement. In congruent, same in shape, same in measurement. Yes, all the congruent figures are similar is they have same shape. Some example of congruent figures, look, both are congruent and they are also similar because both are circles. How congruent? Because both having same radius, square. Both are similar and also both are congruent. Why? Because the side lengths are equal. Clearly, all these having same shape prove the similarity of the congruent figures. Means that all the congruent are similar, but all the similar are not congruent. Come to question number 4. You have given different figures. You have to identify that which one pair are similar and which one are congruent. If you look at the first one, they are look like same, but you can check that this one is big one, this one is small. So they are similar figures. The first one are similar but not congruent. Look, first one similar. Look at the second. Second is also similar, not congruent, because one is big circle, other one is small circle. So the second one is also similar. Look at the third. If you check, same in measurement, same in shape, look like same. So they are congruent. The third one is congruent. Look at the fourth one. Again, they look like same in shape, same in measurement. So fourth is also congruent. Look at the fifth one. One rectangle is big and other one is small. So they are similar. So means that first, second and fifth are similar. Third and fourth are congruent. Very easy exercise. So that's it. In this exercise, only 4 questions, and I already discussed these 4 questions. Now come to the last exercise of your syllabus up to midterm. Exercise 10.3, question number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 included in your scheme of study. Means that first 5 questions are included in your scheme of study. Look at the first question. First question is, if the measure of two angles of a triangle are 35 degree and 80 degree, find the measure of its third angle. Very easy. You know that the sum of the interior angle of a triangle is equal to 180 degree. If first one is 35, second one is 80, third one you don't know. So plus third one is equal to 180. So you add these two and shift it on other side and subtract from 180. So you will get the third angle. How? As the sum of angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degree. So 35 degree, the first angle, 80 degree, which is given, the second angle, and third angle we don't know. So we put just third angle equal to 180. Now 35 plus 80, 115 degree plus third angle. 115 degree is positive here. Shifted at other side, negative. So third angle is 180 degree minus 115 degree. So third angle is 65 degree. Very easy. You can easily solve. Come to the next question. Question number 2. In the given figure, measure angle 1 is congruent. This is the symbol of congruent, having this equal sign and this similar sign. So this is called congruent. This symbol is called congruent. C-O-N-G-U-R-E-N-T. C-O-N-G-R-U-E-N-T. Congruent. Congruent. This is the symbol of congruent. Congruent means same in shape, same in measurement. So you have given measure angle 1 and measure angle 3 are congruent. Means that this angle B is divided into two equal angles. That is angle 1 and angle 3. So they are congruent. Means same in measurement, same in shape. Measure angle 2 and 4 are congruent. Here you have given that this 2 and this 4 is also congruent. You have to prove that triangle ABD, triangle ABD, this is one triangle, and triangle BDC, triangle BD and C are the other triangle. You have to prove that both triangles are congruent. So from the given information, we have to prove that both triangles are congruent. Given that measure angle 1 is congruent to measure angle 3, this is already given in the question. Measure angle 2 is congruent to measure angle 4, this is already given. And if you check this side of the triangle BD, BD is common in the first triangle ABD and also common in the second triangle BCD. So BD is common. This is the common arm of a triangle or common side. So BD is congruent to BD common. So remember one thing, if two angles and one side of two triangles congruent, then both the triangles will be congruent, and this is called angle side angle postulate. And other postulate is if two sides of the triangle of two triangles, if you compare two triangles, their two sides and one angle congruent, then we say that both the triangles are congruent. In one postulate is that if two angles, look, angle 1 of one triangle, angle 2 of the same triangle, so two angles and one side congruent, so both the triangle will be congruent, and that is the reason is that angle side angle postulate. These are the Playfair postulate. Playfair was mathematician. He gave 4 different postulates to show the congruency of the triangles, that how you prove that the triangles are congruent. One postulate is that if two sides and one angle of two triangles congruent, then both the triangles will be congruent. And other postulate is if two angles and one side congruent, then both the triangles will be congruent. Come to the next question. Question number 3 and 4. You will do it by yourself. It's very easy. You can easily do it. Try it. Just you have to find the unknown sides so you can easily do. Question number 5 is 3 and 4 is your homework. In the given triangle ABC, CD, this is the symbol of perpendicular. This is the symbol of perpendicular. This symbol is called perpendicular. So CD is perpendicular on AB. Look at this figure. CD perpendicular on AB. And CA, this one. This is perpendicular to BC on this one. Then prove that AD is congruent to BD, means this distance AD is equal to this distance BD, and angle ACD, this one angle ACD, this one angle ACD, this part, is congruent to BCD. So what you have given? You have given that CD is perpendicular to AB and AC is perpendicular to BC. It's not perpendicular, it's congruent. If you check, AC is not perpendicular to BC, there is mistake. So CA is congruent to BC. If you check AC and BC, both lengths are congruent. What you have given? CD is perpendicular to AB and CA is congruent. This symbol will come here. Congruent to CB, then prove that AD is congruent to BD and Meyer angle ACD is congruent to Meyer angle BC. So you have to show the congruency between ACD and BCD. If you check, AC and BC are congruent. Look, it's given. So where is given? So means that this symbol is not perpendicular, it's the congruent symbol. And you have already given that Meyer angle ADC, this one, Meyer angle D, this one, and Meyer angle BDC are congruent. How? Because this is the right angle perpendicular, so both angles are equal to 90 degrees. CD is common in both. If you check, CD is the common arm of this triangle and also common arm of this triangle. So 3 conditions satisfy. One, side AC congruent to BC already given. Other angle ADC, this one 90 degree, BDC 90 degree, both are equal to 90 degree. CD is common in both triangle, 2 sides and 1 angle congruent, so both the triangles will be congruent. And S for side, A for angle, S for side. So side angle side postulate, the Playfair postulate which I discussed in the previous question. If two triangles congruent, so remember one thing, all its sides, all its angle will be congruent. So AD will be congruent to BD, and we write the reason: corresponding sides of congruent triangles. Again, ACD will be congruent to BCD, and the reason is corresponding angles of congruent triangles. Once you prove that both the triangles congruent, so all its sides, all its angle will be congruent. So this is the last part, last question of exercise 10.3, and homework is exercise 10.3, question number 3, 4. You do it by yourself and review exercise of chapter number 10, question number 1, 2, and 3. And same question, chapter 9, I think you already done it in previous video lecture I discussed, and you done it. Question number 1, 2, 3 of the review exercise. So, Alhamdulillah, your syllabus complete up to midterm examination 2020. So, try to practice all these exercises which we already done in up to the midterm exam. And if you have any problem, you can look at the previous lectures. It's available on your YouTube channel. So on YouTube channel it's available, so you can check the previous lectures also. So try to practice it again and again, so up to midterms your syllabus is complete. So take care. Allah Hafiz.